Once I was into the experience, all my senses heightened. So I could see detail in curtains I'd never seen before, could smell things I'd never seen before, or never smelled before. I was very emotional. And I think mainly because of the sensory experience itself and that I felt inside so fulfilled. I used to feel like I didn't know enough, and then in that moment I felt like I knew everything I needed to know, that I came to the conclusion that I was dead. Part of what triggered the episode was a few months earlier I had had a scuba diving accident, and I came to the conclusion that I had died in the scuba diving accident and was being tested by God in order to go on to the next level, whether it was heaven or nirvana or whatever that was. Back in 1996, I had an experience that I was sure was a spiritual one, and I recovered quite fast. I was in and out of the psychiatric hospital in 4 days, and it was a real breakthrough for me. It ended years of on again, off again depression, gave me a better direction in my life, but I thought it was just a spiritual experience and that the psychiatrists were kind of crazy. They didn't know what they were talking about. As I explained to my brother-in-law once, I couldn't tell whether this was real or it was a dream for a while. And he said, well, when did you figure it out? I said, I never did, I just got used to it. And I really didn't know what bipolar disorder was. And so I started to do a lot of research, and I started to make videos about my own experience, and I called it, Am I Bipolar or Waking Up?, to help me understand what the difference was. I knew that I wasn't bipolar, but I thought maybe some other people out there might give me some feedback. And then I started to get lots of feedback from people talking about how their sort of bipolar 1 acute psychosis was very spiritual as well, yet they were medicated for life. For me, life has a certain mystery to it, and I do consider myself now, I consider myself a bit of a mystic, to be quite honest, because things do not function the way the rational mind functions. I mean, that hasn't been my life experience, So I function from a more intuitive place. And I would describe that intuitive place as a spiritual place too.